All right, I'm at Bliffert Lumber and Hardware in the River West neighborhood here in Milwaukee, which is the neighborhood I live in. And so I'm gonna go in and try to get a price on the load list to build my house. Let's see what they have to say. Here we are. Let's see. Alright, so as I say, I'm here at Bliffert Lumber and Hardware, and I'm speaking with
Chris.
Chris, how you doing? I'm Marie.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Yeah, so as I say, this is the house I'm building. Now, I just need to know, especially for the wood, I don't know the extent to which you guys can provide some of the other materials, but well, the wood and the screws and all that. So if I give you this list, can you tell me how much it will be?
Sure, I can certainly bid everything that we get stock on here.
Yeah.
And whatever I can get.
Yeah, and for some of the wood, I mean, I think this one calls for, well, most of it's pine inside, yeah, so it's just those pages. So most of it's pine inside, and I think for the, yeah, it has cedar for the exterior. But I'm flexible with that. So if there's something that maybe has some of the same qualities, but maybe it's a little more economical, or in you guys have in higher quantities.
Sure. Yeah. How? When are you? Can you give me a day with this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So you think in about a day you could?
Yeah. I could probably. It'll probably take a little while to get the metal roof for it.
Oh, you know what? Don't worry about the roofing stuff, because actually All American Roofing is they're sponsoring me with this, and so I'm building.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm building on their. Hey, and if you guys have any spare wood,
certainly I did.
I'd be happy to take that and put you guys on the website. But so they're going to deal with all the roof stuff.
Awesome.
So really, just the other things on it would be great.
Yeah, no problem. Here's my card.
Okay.
And then, may I just make a copy of this real quick?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There is some material that is relatively, it would be more cost conscious, but it's a paintable product.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, it's still got the rough sawn to it.
Oh yeah.
But
could I paint it and it would last for like a super long time?
Sure.
Because I don't like to. I'm not interested in. 2 years later I have to paint it.
No, it's all pre-primed, so it takes the priming out of it. Every time you cut it, though, you should be priming every edge.
Oh, I see. Okay. Right, because it's exposed then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you do that, and you put a decent prime coat on it, then it should help you keep the wood longer.
Right. And so price-wise, what is this in comparison to, say, the cedar?
Let's see, we got the 6-inch siding, 7-inch cedar siding, so a 1/2 by 8. Let me take a quick look.
Okay. So Chris is a very nice guy. He's helping me to look at this stuff. And I was kind of thinking not to paint the house because, again, I'm a very low maintenance person, i.e. I don't like to do maintenance, and so it just seems like painting a house, then every time you turn around you got to paint the house. But if he's saying this stuff would be low maintenance, I don't know. I'm open to it. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Oh, it is side paneling for a house. The other thing I like about this one, he's talking about this. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but anyway, whatever it is, it's really light, which is nice. It's definitely light. It feels a lot lighter than the cedar does, which is pretty cool. Okay, we'll see what Chris comes back with.
$2.25.
$1.55 a linear foot versus $2.25
for the cedar.
Wow. Versus $2.25.
So on 550. I say it's 75 cents basically.
Yeah.
70 cents.
70. Yeah.
So it's almost $400.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah,
That's a difference.
$385 difference.
That's a lot.
And it's light.
It's super light. Yeah, so that's really nice because that takes off some of the weight. Okay, cool. So what are the? I mean, it seems like as I've looked at the woods, the different properties. Because this house actually, I don't know if you've noticed, but this one is called the cypress model because, in fact, a lot of them they use cypress on it. So what are some of the properties of this that I should know about?
Well, it's a finger jointed prime material. The species is from China. It's something that they export.
Oh, okay.
We get it for a good price because it's a finger jointed prime material.
Okay.
Versus cedar, it's not going to be. It's going to be continuous lengths.
Okay. Ah, got it. Okay.
So it isn't a stain grade. Whereas cedar, you can stain it. That's the biggest difference.
So I'd have to paint this.
You'd have to paint this.
Okay, so say I did get this and I painted it. What's the longest period of time that I could go? I apply it, we build it, put the paint on. How long until I'm like, oh, I have to paint it again?
It's really impossible to say without knowing what kind. Excuse me.
Like the conditions
what kind of paint, what exposure it's getting, and it's going to be weird because that can be south exposure on all four sides at
right,
any given time, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it would be really very, very difficult to say. But years, certainly years.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Something to think about. Yeah, cause see, I don't want to paint. I know myself. I've owned my house for.
But if you stain, you're still gonna have to stain again.
That's touche. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Again, depending on exposure, depending on weather, depending, there's all sorts of variables. What type of stain you're using,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, certainly you're going to have to stain again.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Well, let's quote it with this stuff then.
Sure.
Because I do like that, and as I say, I'm really attracted to the lightness of it.
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay, great. And I was just pulling this up to show you. So here's a finished one inside. You can kind of see it's very wood heavy. Now this one they put a stainless steel top on.
The countertop?
Yeah, for the counter in that one. What I'm doing, and you can see it. I mean, it's very much they take a lot of the technology from RVs and then of course boathouses too. So like the heater inside is a marine boathouse, but the propane's back there and the electric hookup. But part of what I'm doing is actually on my site here I have the. Oh, I'm sorry. I have the drawings of how we're because as I say I'm working with All American. They're helping me out. There's a whole show that's starting on Wednesday about tiny houses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on on FYI channel, or it used to be the bio channel. There they are. So in mine, I think I want to still use the wood countertops, and I think that's what they have in here. But I'm going to build in a bench there. So, you know, I don't actually, now that's not in there because that's something that I want to do, build that bench in, and then also I want to build in a workstation desk there that has solar panels on top to charge my devices while they're in there. But yeah, it's I think it'll be pretty cool when it all comes together. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
And
yeah.
is your goal to be permanently in there?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's the goal. And so, as I say, my house here on Will I've had since '99. It's a duplex, and my daughter went off to grad school, so I rented out the downstairs, and once I have the house built, I'll rent out the upstairs. But I can put it in back. But actually, I've been talking to some folks at the city because there's a vacant city lot just on the 2900 block of Will, right next to you guys here. And I'd love to take that lot, put my house there, and do.
Put some garden.
Yeah, that's right. And it's going to be totally self-contained because I'll use solar energy and have a composting toilet and all this kind of stuff. So I won't need the utilities in that way, but the city's sort of giving me a hard time.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I know. It really is. Because they have so much excess, vacant lots. And
It's just one less thing for them to worry
about. Yeah. And even if I'm not connected to utilities, I would be paying property taxes on it. So it's better than it just sitting there, especially when the city has 30,000 lots. It doesn't include the foreclosed houses. That's just vacant lots, So we'll see. I'm working on it.
Well, good luck.
Thanks a lot.
I'll shoot you an email tomorrow.
Very good.
If I have any questions, I'll give you a call, and you do the same.
All right. Thanks so much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for all this, Chris. May I help you?
Okay. There we go.